Hi everyone, this is Deborah. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my Mons lift or Mons lift. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's M-O-N-S. Now, some of you are saying, what the hell is she talking about? Well, I had one 30 years ago, not knowing what it was called. I didn't know it had a name. But if you Google Mons lift, I really need to know how to pronounce that. You will see pictures. In fact, so let me tell you the little story. Grab your coffee. Okay. I am the oldest in my family, and I've always been the smallest. Now, I come from a large family. My sisters have sometimes gotten up to 400 pounds. They've had gastric bypass. So I've always had to try to watch my diet. But I did have 2 children, and my skin is very elastic, okay? Meaning, after I had both of my children, I had no stretch marks, none. And of course, my breasts grew to like a 56. I don't know. They were huge. In fact, people would come from all around just to see them after I had my daughter. Oh my God. I mean, when your milk comes in, it's like knocking on a door. Oh my God, I was in so much pain, but that's another story. All right. So, my stomach went right back. Before I even left the hospital, I was able to put my pants back on that I was wearing before I got pregnant. It was 7 months pregnant before anybody even knew I was pregnant. So my skin is wonderful. And I think it's genetics because, as you all know, my daddy looked very much like Elvis Presley. In fact, his army picture, if you don't look at him close enough, you'll think it is Elvis. But so I did have a little bit of a, going through perimenopause, your whole body changes, your whole life changes, everything changes. So I went in for a tummy tuck. I had met this woman who had one, and I looked at her, and her stomach was like a washboard, just flat as could be. So, so I had a tummy tuck, and back then, my husband would accompany me. Towards the end, he didn't anymore, but he was in there with the plastic surgeon, and he asked something really peculiar, and it really caught me off guard. That's the only reason why I remember this. They were looking at my lower abdomen, and he says to the doctor, "Can you do something about that?" And I'm thinking, like, what is that? And I did have some fibroid tumors removed and a cyst in my ovaries. So I've had a lot of surgery down there. Not for vanity or anything. I've just had a lot of surgery. And the last surgeon who did this was a gynecologist who had done the operations. And they don't care about aesthetics. So, and I knew there was a little bit of a bump. And so I listened to my husband, who's now my ex, and he says, "Can you do something about that?" I look down there and I go, "Oh, you can do something about that?" Yeah, it's called the Mons lift or Mons lift, whatever. And the doctor recut me and I guess sucked out what little fat was causing that hump. A lot of women call it the Fupa. A lot of women have fupas. Some of their fupas are so big you can't see anything else down there. Well, you can see everything on me down there, but whatever. So the doctor smoothed that area out, made the incision look nicer, re-stitched me up, and I was very satisfied with that. So if you girls want to do something about that, go ahead. He was down there anyway, giving me a tummy tuck, so why not? So Yeah, look into this, and I will try to remember to put in 2 before and after pictures. But I think most of you know what I'm trying to describe. So thanks for watching. Bye.